Hello, welcome. This is My Slice of Gardening. I'm Sharon and I've decided to just take the plunge, if that's the right phrase. I'm not sure if it is. My beans, they're going out. I've got my canes. I've already done some. I was up yesterday and I ran out of twine, string, anything I could find. Ran out of everything. So I've come back up today because there's a few that I wanted to put out. I've also planted out some of my squash. If you've seen other videos, you'll know I've got about another 150 to go somewhere. But I've planted some out and I'll show you why on that part in particular I'm trusting nature. I always do, but something's kind of happened on that part of the plot. It was accidental, but I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'll show you why later. But first, on with the canes. I've only got one more row to put up. Come on, I'll show you what I've done so far. Well, as you can see, I've got two sets of canes up and it was quite a decision to make. Do I do rows? If so, how many and how long and all that sort of stuff? Do I do wigwams? I've seen a few people doing the canes, in rows, but doing them upside down so they're easier to pick. And I did consider doing that, but my canes are really old and I don't think I've got enough to keep them stable enough for that sort of thing. Maybe next year. Maybe. So this year I'm sticking with this. So I'm going to put up another set here, put in the beans, and that would be another fantastic job done. But there's something here which isn't a bean at all, but it needs something to climb up. So I thought I might attach them here. If I have room, I might do a separate sort of frame for them. My brain's tick, 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 tick. I think they need an arch. They'd be better with an arch. I don't have an arch. And I'm thinking, can I make something with what I have left? Oh no, I wasn't planning this at all. We'll come to that later. Let me do this first. Oh, I've just created another job for myself. I wasn't planning that. Right. I might fast forward this bit so you don't get bored to tears. Yes, I tell you what. I'll go on with this and I'll bring you back in a minute. There we go. That's 3 rows up. I didn't think I'd have enough room for everything, all the seeds that I've planted. And it's strange because I did a type of runner bean that I grow every year and none of those seeds germinated at all. Very strange. So the other thing is tromboncino squash, which you may have heard me talk about before. And I was thinking, I've got one for here and one for that one. And I was thinking about putting them here at the end and putting a string across and letting them grow up there. Or do they have their own support? At this point, I'm not sure, but I'll show you what I did on the squash patch. By the way, before we go from this area, I know some of you are picking broad beans, but mine are just getting to that lovely flower stage. Oh, there's a little bee. See if I can find him for you. Hey. Well, he's having a great time. Buzzing about. So the flowers are out, the bees are out. And with all this rain, I didn't think I had enough peas. And yes, there's a gap here and there. But the rain has certainly helped to bring them out. Remember, when you are sowing peas, you always sow more than you think you'll need. There's an old saying, it's something like, one for the mouse, one for the crow, one to rot and one to grow. So you always sow 4 times as many as you think you'll need. Now, the squash patch. Can you spot them? I've got one that isn't happy. This is the poor sad specimen. Look at the state of that bedraggled old thing. That only got put out yesterday and already they've been munching it. That's a marrow. To be fair, it was kind of weak when I put it out. But this one, which is a tromboncino. Now, why have I put that in the ground without any sort of climbing frame? Because they can be left to just grow and trail on the ground, and you will get, hopefully, large, curled up fruits. So if you want big curly courgettes, this is the one for you. And if you want to leave them till autumn, they will be big, curly, pumpkin type squash things. Fantastic. Ali from My Rusty Garden, you know exactly what I mean. Over here we have Turk's Turban. I've left the cups because I've only got some that have got labels, or labelled cups, so I know what they are. That's a Turk's Turban. I've never had much success with them, but we'll try it again. Some of these are the mystery squash that I've found and don't know what they are. This one I do know what it is, and this is an Atlantic giant pumpkin. Yep, not a giant yet, but will be. Once I get his proper label, I can remove the little cup that he came in. And over here, I have a Marketmore cucumber, so I'm hoping it will do okay in this spot. Now, when I said I'm trusting nature in this patch, what did I mean? Well, apart from the fact that I've put in some beetroot here, and there are potatoes sprouting up because I've grew potatoes here before and obviously didn't pick them. But flowers have decided to grow on their own, and I won't keep them all. Borage here and all over the place, and there's some poppies and things. They're sprouting up on their own. Now, as we all know, squash plants have large flowers. They need pollinators. So I'm going to leave these flowers to grow to attract the pollinators, therefore increasing my chance of getting my plants nicely pollinated and I get lots of lovely fruit. Do I have to do that? No, but I'm going to. I think it'll look nice, and every chance we can give our plants surely helps. So I'm just going to label these, and that will be another job well done. So not only are the ones labelled that I know what they are, I bring you over here, not too quickly so you're not sick. My little marrow. I took pity on the marrow and I've covered it. You know the gallon bottles you get, you cut the bottom off, you put it over. Well, we get a lot of wind here. It was very windy yesterday and this morning. It's calmed down now, but that doesn't mean it won't come back. So I've made a hole in each corner and used some pegs to hold it in place. That's genius. Look, that is going nowhere. There is hope for the marrow yet. It needs a name. I like Marvin. Marvin the Marrow. What do you reckon? Come on, Marvin, you can do it. So that's it for today, folks. I have not decided what to do with the tromboncino, but I'll let you know when I do. But the beans are out. Some of the squash are out. If they get eaten or don't make it, I've got plenty more that can take their place, so it's not going to be a big deal. But if you've made it this far, thank you very much for your company. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. It would be lovely to have more of you with me on this gardening journey. But until the next one, you take care of yourself.